In the heart of Nigeria, ancient traditions of textile artistry are being revived and transformed, creating a tapestry of color, culture, and creativity. At the forefront of this renaissance is a visionary artist whose passion and skill breathe new life into the art of adire and batik making. Meet Agness Azwango, a textile artist and the creative director at France Lady Clothing, a brand under France Lady Enterprise. Agness is a master of adire and batik making, techniques that involve intricate dyeing processes to create stunning, unique patterns on fabric. Adire, the traditional Nigerian indigo dyed cloth, and batik, a wax-resist dyeing technique, are more than just methods of creating fabric. They are stories woven into cloth, representing heritage, identity, and the soul of a community. Agness's journey as a textile artist is a blend of tradition and innovation. With a professional background in textile arts and fashion design, she combines time-honored techniques with contemporary aesthetics, producing garments that are both timeless and modern. Beyond her work as a designer, Agness is also an art teacher, sharing her knowledge and passion with the next generation of artists. Her dedication to teaching ensures that the rich heritage of adire and batik making continues to thrive, inspiring young minds to explore and celebrate their cultural roots. At France Lady Clothing, each piece is meticulously crafted, reflecting Agness's commitment to quality and authenticity. Her creations are not just clothing, they are wearable art, each with its own story and spirit, connecting the wearer to the rich cultural tapestry of Nigeria. Join us as we delve into the inspiring journey of Agness, a textile artist whose work in adire and batik making is a testament to the enduring beauty and significance of traditional Nigerian textiles.
My name is Agness. I'm the creative director of France Lady Clothing and also the founder of France Lady Clothing. Okay, what we do at France Lady Clothing is we make things like adire. We have a beautiful shirt set, this adire. We have some fabrics here and this beautiful one I'm wearing. So we don't just make the clothes, we also do the other part of the clothing line, which we make after we sew. But it's all about adire. That's all we do. Beautiful adire, African wears. That's what we do. It started like 5 years ago, back in Ocean State where I was schooling. I really went to a place and I saw some beautiful wears from somebody and I loved them and I just picked interest. Reason because I wanted to do something different and something that is not like everybody doing it. So I saw it, I like it, and I went into it. For 5 years, I started this journey and it has been good. It has been amazing. Well, okay, the challenge is that funny enough, a lot of people are into this, and so most of the times when you tell people how different and unique and your product is or your cloth is, most people are like, is it not what this person is doing? But they don't know that it's different. So when you have customers, they want to price you down because they feel everybody is doing it, but they don't know that we have people who are specialized in this. There are some people who don't really know how to do it, they're just into it. And secondly, the challenge I also have is, getting like, let's talk about the part of the dye. Sometimes you have dye that it's fake, so you have to spend time, go to the right place to look for the right the people who sells the right materials for you to get. So that's been my challenge so far. Okay, so talking about my success. All right, so first let me talk about the part where people keep on coming back. to a point I wanted to give up, but when I see people keep on coming back, they're like, Agness, I love what you do. I love your product. When I wear your clothes, people talk about it. It has a long-lasting distance. So I felt like, oh wow. So I don't have to leave what I'm doing. I have to stay back. So I have people coming back. I have people who tell me, oh, I want clothes. I need you to do some yards. Some come for like 100, some come for 50, some come for like 500. And from there, I think I know that, okay, it's working. So the journey has been so amazing, and I'm still doing it, and I'm not ready to leave yet.
Agness, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Tell me about your business.
Okay. What we do, it's a tie-dye, but in Nigeria we call it adire. So we make beautiful tie-dye wears. Like this is a gown, and also have fabrics, just fabrics. We have this, and we also make shirts. So we do them, we sell, not just the fabrics, we also make them ready to wear, and we sell them.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
For over 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, been doing it for 5 years, right from Ocean State.
Okay.
Then I relocated to Lagos.
Did you relocate for business reasons, or was it more family?
It was for business.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel I'm going to get more people who will be interested in what I do here. So I have to leave Ocean State and move to Lagos.
Okay. And you said you've been doing this for 5 years now.
Yes.
Okay, and in the 5 years that you've been doing this, how much has your business grown year after year? So you don't have to give me exact amounts, but just for reference, let's say if you made, 100K in the first year, in the next year, did you make double of that? The year after that, did you add more money? So by how much percentage would you say your business has grown on a year-to-year basis?
Okay, I would say that when I first came in, it was during the period of then COVID-19 started. So the first year I made up to 150, 200, but when the COVID-19 came, everything went down, and so it was more like I started over again. But since then, yes, I've made up to more than 200 plus. Okay. Every year I grew, yeah.
Every year growth. Okay, yeah. Good. What do you do with the money that you make besides spending it on living, right? Yeah. Besides that, what do you do with the extra money for the business? So within the business, what do you do with that money? I
invest it back. So the first year when I started it was more like the fabrics and the shirts, but growing, what I did was, what I have been doing or what I've done is to go into the ready to wear. So what I did was, first of all, I used the money to go and learn how to sew, to produce. When I make the fabrics, then I sew them. Yeah, I make them for sale. So that's what I've used the profit to do. Yeah.
Let's break it down. How much do you sell it for?
Okay, so for the shirts, this goes for 7,000, and for the dashiki, okay, which I have it here. This goes for 15,000. Yeah, it goes for 15,000. Yeah. So we have also have fabrics, which this is for 2,000 for a yard. So it depends on how many yards the person wants. It's like a 2,000 for a yard. Yeah.
And how much does it cost you for your materials and labor and everything out of that? So again, you don't have to tell me the exact specifics, it's your business, but what percentage of it would you say? So this is 7,500 you're selling it for. What is your gain on a shirt?
Sometimes it's like 2,000 when you remove, or maybe 1,500. After removing the fabrics, the dye, the expenses and everything, then you just get like 1.5. But it's good one when you have a mass, have people who are buying in much, then you add up those amounts of money, you end up knowing that, oh, you have much at the end of the day.
Okay, good. So do you sell your articles to individuals or do you sell them to businesses?
I do both. Okay. I do both. I have individuals that come. I have people who buy from me and sell. Mm-hmm. So I sell for wholesale and I sell for retail.
Is there a price difference between your wholesale price and your retail price?
Sure, yes, sir.
And what's that? Like, how much would this go wholesale?
Well, if someone is actually buying them in bulk, it depends on how many pieces you want to buy. So sometimes it's more like 6,000 for, it depends on how many. Then sometimes it's 6,500, it depends. And then for the shirts, yes. Then when it comes to this one, which is the ones that you measure by yards, it depends on how many the quantity the person is getting, then I reduce the price.
Okay. So your work is really nice. I like the design. I like the colors. You've done some really good work. I have a few thoughts on how cash flow can be managed better. There's a concept in business that says there's a difference between your gross margin and your net margin. In our way of thinking, we always look at how much is remaining in the pocket. So, the thing cost me 5K, I sold it for 7, means I've made 2.5. Yes, but what we're not looking at is what is the cost of building that. So when you have a shirt, let's say you buy a ready shirt. Let's say if the shirt cost you, specifically just that shirt cost you, let's say 3,000 naira, and you bought the dyes, 2, 3, 4 colors, and each color can last you for 5 shirts, then that cost has to be divided across the 5 shirts. Then you put the nylon packaging. So that is called cost of product. It is the cost of what actually goes into making this. And on top of that, you now have your additional cost. Your additional cost is your marketing, your transport, delivery, any customer returns any goods, those kind of things come out from there. So it seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, you can help me out here. It seems to me that your margin that you're factoring in is a mix of both, that you have not distinguished your cost of product versus your net margin. What this will do in the long run is that you will notice that year after year you are selling more, but you're making lesser and lesser money. Are you already facing that problem right now?
Sure.
That's will continue to happen because what you have not factored is the cost of your product. And every time your cost of product goes up, typically that is an indicator for you to increase or change your price based on the way that the market prices move. So you have to distinguish that from a cash flow perspective. All your business is done on cash and carry basis, or do you give people credit?
Sometimes I give credit.
Sometimes you give, and they pay you on time, like whenever you say 30 days or whatever, or you have to chase after them to collect?
Most of my customers, they pay on time. Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the last question that I have from a model point of view. What is the volume of designs that you make that do not sell? At the end of the year or end of 6 months, there must be a certain amount of things that no matter what you tried, they just didn't move. Maybe people did not like the color, maybe they did not like. What is the volume of that?
Most of the time it's just 2%, not much. Because what you may not like, somebody else might come and end up liking it. So most of the time it's just 2%, not.
Now, 2% is an interesting number because 2% of what? If you say that on a year-to-year basis, you are finding that you're selling more but you're making lesser money, then 2% actually is, it may not be a lot today, but 5 years from now, 2% may choke the business, right? So how do you offset that? That's the question that you have to. So I think it's really just a little bit more of fiscal planning, a little bit more that, okay, what is my cost? Which are the colors that I can reuse again and again on different articles? Maybe buy more of, let's say, blue sells more or green sells more. So let me buy 5 liters as opposed to 1 liter of that because it's cheaper. And then you kind of plan it out. The shirts are selling more than the cloth, so that we do it that way. It's a little bit more of the cost management on the gross margin sides. Once you get that right, once you have the cost of product fixed and you know how much it actually cost you to make something, then you can now start building out the scale. Then from that point on, marketing, selling, distribution all becomes cheaper, because then you can increase production a lot more and the cost overall goes down. So 2%, you have to be careful, because 2% will not remain 2%, right? All right, so now on the distribution side, you said that you sell to customers. How do you sell to customers? To retail customers, wholesale, they must have a shop, you must go visit them. Retail customers, how do you reach them?
Okay, I have an Instagram page.
Okay.
So most of the times I have people who take their order on Instagram page. Yes, and I have a dispatch rider where when they order for it, I just send it to him and he delivers to them. Why? I also have people who come and pick it by themselves, because we are in a place where some people don't want to just buy things online. They want to pick it up by themselves. Mm-hmm. So I still allow people to come and pick it. I give them a location, they come, they pick it, and they pay.
Okay. Are these two the only channels that you have for marketing right now?
Yes.
Okay. There are other marketing channels that you can continue to explore and exploit that actually don't cost a lot of money, but it would potentially help. WhatsApp status is a great place to sell something. So if you have a WhatsApp business account, you would be able to leverage that. You can actually put a catalog on it and have pictures of all your products, so people can go on the WhatsApp business account and see what you have for sale. Telegram, I'm told, is a great channel for this. So any customer that you have actually sold to, it is better that you add them to your Telegram channel or to your WhatsApp business account. That way they can continue to see what it is that you are bringing. It is a known business rule that 80% of your business is typically done with 20% of your customers. So somebody that likes this, that is part of their style, that is part of what they do, they would like to continue to patronize you. And sometimes on Instagram, because of the scrolling, they may not remember it, and you may lose out an opportunity by just being in their face. So if you have a WhatsApp status and they're just checking the statuses because they're bored, oh, that looks pretty, let me buy it. That brings your cost of distribution down. Also, customers that come and see you for the first time, they are just so that you don't run away with, at least in their head, they don't feel like you could run away with their money. The second time around, you will not have that issue. So you want to start making a database of your customers, of anybody that has even inquired and not bought, because even they are a potential source of becoming a customer in the future. Maybe they didn't buy because they didn't have the money then, or maybe they didn't buy because at that time things were different. Maybe they didn't like the design, they weren't sure. But you have to find a way to kind of be in the forefront of their memory. That reduces your cost and reduces your ability to reach more customers. I really, like I said, I like your designs. I like what you're doing. I think it's a great market. It's just that you have to distinguish your cost of product and the cost, because once you do that, then the amount of money that you make, you know how you can deploy it to getting more customers. Instagram also charges for paid ads. Yeah. I'm not sure you're doing that right now.
No.
and that would be addressed if you were making enough money, and you know that, okay, if on every shirt I can save myself 500 naira for marketing, and I can apply that 500 naira on this one, it would clarify your business very, very easily. Business should not take for granted a good financial statement. A financial statement makes it very easy to make decisions, because what it does is that it tells you where you should be spending your money, right? I hope that that's clear. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I'm very, very excited for you and your business venture, and I would love to see in a few months when I'm scrolling on Telegram or TikTok or anything else to see that you are out there. Right? It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.